MyTV staff, and or any contributors to MyTV.
A family is an epitome of God's love towards mankind. God designed us to live in families, and the Bible reveals that family relationships are important to Him.
But as a believer, do you feel that you are still struggling?
Maybe you're still struggling with your relationship,
Struggling with your finances?
struggling at work,
With your social life?
or with your spiritual life.
We invite you to join us
On our Family Table Talk every Saturday,
at 7:30 a.m. on MyTV.
or catch us on our Facebook page.
Every Saturday mornings. Well, we have been really, really blessed to be out in the Western Division. It's so beautiful out here. And we are currently at a place that is so beautiful that we would like to talk about today. So first, we would like to say welcome to the show once again after last week. And to those of you that are tuning in outside of Fiji, receiving a lot of feedback following the program, we would like to say, Mbula Vinaka, thank you for being part of this program every Saturday morning. Like what we always say, it's not perfection for us to be saying that whatever we say, it's must do. But there are little tips that will help us for just to take our cue. If you have been doing it already, we would like to say congratulations and thank you, because we can learn from you as well. Well, we are so blessed just to be here. We came down to the Western Division yesterday, and the weather, it has been raining, even flooded the roads as you drive through during the day, but yet it doesn't fail, the sun. It comes in faithfully every morning, and it's just so beautiful. So we would like to welcome you. We're actually at the Crown Plaza, they call it, but it used to be Pullman before. Out in, if you know Nandi, it's Wailoloa side, Wailoloa Beach side. So we would like to welcome you. Like what I said, we have all our crew here, and thank you for being faithful, coming all the way from Suva to bring across to the nation and also globally this setup this morning that we usually have it in Suva.
Wa mula tu ni weekend na baru tu mai na we korwa witi yang matakan sa mindai weekend na sa tin ka bai no tuanua sa ba mula tu gani sa sa bakara en singa binanga ni kuwa wala ka tu Newtown sing mai Wailoloa Junction na tos tu ngame ya tu sari Newtown una ni bai we ba ka wala ta ki si elevation wala ka tu na Newtown Beach atiko kina na North Station ni orto na Turtle Airways. O baka mula tu gani weekend na turang na marama darbo na wanelewa nrakin na sa bakara na kata-kata tu na mataka yalay rua tol na kaloko na ikabi ndaw tau na uda tau mbi sartiko me baka nga nakara tu na mai kurin ang daw ni nraki en siga baka ni kuha ya sa baka mula tu gani sini ko talebi weekend na nonda lako na makete weekend and lako isargito daga tu ko inandi na nawaka sevens sinay tu ko nararana noa kito tu ko korewolu na bibalu taki weekend na bito sa kiti na bito sa kinduindu kanda na laukina kero sa baka mula tu gani siga binanga ni kuha do na hotel ngo endo na tu ngai iliu na Pullman ye ni kuha sa aviso na dana ye sa aviso talaga na lumani hotel ke baka na rawa na do birto na pakilis-lesi ena may bosa ni weekend ena siga binanga ni kuha yan ang matanga ngo tutok tu na breakfast endo wagaru tagitiko en na hotel na binanga ngo orto na ngoni bali orto maru tagitiko orto sa waru ya tal tu ngama na ena buno ni katalau ena matakan ni siga ni ye weekend na baru tu mai chini tu mai na screen lebu se wali su platform weekend na biasa bura-bura chini tu mai na Facebook karo sa torto na ngono binango me karo baka mula tu gani weekend en mataka ni signet tali ti ko na nero t-shirt to to na rua na baka binina ka tukina vera era sponsor ta ka tu mai na t-shirt ko mero ni karo mai ndar tu gani en mataka ni sigani ko.
Well, we were talking about a lot of things last week, but we would like to concentrate just on this hotel for this morning before we roll out with our revamping everything that we've been talking about on the family. But this morning we want to talk about, before we have one of the hotel executives to come and speak more. Like what I said, if you have been to Pullman, you will know what we are talking about this morning. And for those of you who haven't, I would say it's a place to visit. This used to be our place, our go-to place before COVID. When they started and opened this hotel, we even had some of our ministry functions here on our retreats and our conferences. It's beautiful. What really made the difference for this time around, during COVID, I think they closed and then they had a big renovation. And not only that, I was waiting for them to open again. Somehow, I love this place. When you come in and you stay here, you would think that you are in Port Denarau for a moment. Not only until you go at the hotel and you drive out and you say, all right, I'm in Newtown and Wailoloa Beach. Yeah. But other than that, you would think that you are in Port Denarau if you're in the facilities. And according to the management yesterday, faithfully, they will come and speak more about it. They mentioned the fact that they're still having a lot of structure still going up, a lot of renovations on the desired plan that they have in months to come. That they will have 24 hours open, a few things that are happening here, a few other offerings and extension of their rooms. So it's a beautiful place. One thing that I've noticed that has changed on this time around when we came, the personalized of their service. I worked in the hotel industry. When I actually started work in 1982, I worked in the hotel, in the very first hotel that started in Port Denarau. That was the Regent of Fiji. And it was the very first hotel to be erected and the very first hotel to be opened in Fiji in that place. So I started working there when I was only 16 years old, way back in 1982, and I didn't leave until 1989. I spent about 7 years there. So looking at all the offering and everything that we were doing and the standard that it was, that's the image that I have of the hotel. And then on top of that, after leaving the hotel and working for the airline, you have the, the opportunity to travel and also check into hotels. And what I'm trying to say, like, the different offerings of the line of, this hotel line and the personalized service. For me, hotel is, it's all the same. The rooms and everything, facilities. Maybe they edge only on the food or little things that they put in the room, like the room amenities. But what really makes the difference is the personalized service, which I could say for Regent of Fiji when it started, that was very important because we actually meet as they get off the car. We personalize the service as they come in, and we have to remember their names. We have to mention their names until you take them to the room. Well, that has sort of phased out for Fiji, I would say. Maybe like it's a good opportunity to be talking about tourism in Fiji as well. I've worked in the tourism industry, not only the hotel. I worked in the airline for 20 plus years, and and the travel agency. So I have a very broad knowledge and experience of what, not only as a hotelier, but the service that you can offer or the service that you can provide.
When you talk about personalized, can you just go deeper into
the personalized service? Like what I'm saying today, like a lot of hotels have, I think because of the staffing, the lack of staff to be able to do that it has phased out. And not only that, that's one thing too, generally, that I would like to make a comment on. Like for Fiji, that's one thing that I've noticed. If you come in as a local, it's sort of like, okay,
It's a local.
Yeah, like, it's local. How come they're here? How come they're checking in? Like that attitude, without knowing that they're giving out that kind of attitude towards local check-in. And then if you're standing there, if you have a tourist, actual tourist, they come in and check in, the reception is totally different. It's like, yeah, the bula, yeah, bula vinaka, sad saray sa filta ka na mo form. Yeah, like, oh, bula, welcome to Fiji, welcome to the hotel. So the reception is totally different. Maybe that needs to change because when COVID happens, no tourist was coming. The local became the tourist, and the local become the source of revenue to most hotels in Fiji. I could say, like during COVID or when it actually opened, the hotel service to locals automatically changed. They consider you important. That you bring revenue.
Yes.
You bring revenue to the hotel. That attitude changed because like what I said, we traveled quite a bit and stayed in hotels, and I saw that change. They give you the attention, just the attention that they give to tourists.
Because we are the only tourists.
Because we are the only tourists, and we are the only one bringing money to the hotel. Yes. And without us coming in, there's no occupancy. Like no one is paying for those rooms. But that changed. But sadly, after COVID and everything come back to normalcy, locals sort of like, okay, Mademanda. And I'm not saying that all hotels are doing it, but most of the hotels are doing that. And I think that needs to change because the locals, they have the reason to be there. It's like whenever you see locals that, okay, which freebie they're using or which staff are they using to get the discount? How come are they here? The kind of, thoughts. You don't need to say it, but your face say it all when you're there at the reception. It's one thing that I want to mention, and bring it closer to home for this hotel. When we came in yesterday, because the room doesn't, you don't check into the hotel. The room doesn't get ready until 2 o'clock. That's normal for normal hotels in Fiji. But particularly, like for this, I think this hotel have just relaunched open with a name change last month or last 2 weeks, if I'm right. And when we came in yesterday, we came off the flight yesterday. So we arrived in Tenedi at about 7:30. Yeah, about 7:30. So when we came into the hotel, I knew, because I worked in the hotel, that the room will not be ready until 2 or 3. So we left our bags in the car, and we sort of just come off to come and fill the form, register, and wait around for that room to be, ready, because he was going to watch our grandson play, and not only that, because of the evangelism or the outreach we call, that's another story. We have a new outreach. If you have nothing doing and you live in Nandi, pop in at the Koroivolu Park. It's called the Sarangito outreach. So he was getting ready for that. But we were really surprised. Just as we left the car park to be walking towards the hotel, I actually saw at the corner of my eye, I saw these 2 ladies standing there, with the lay in the water. So I assumed, like in my heart, I said, maybe somebody's coming. Because we were coming from the car park to walk towards the hotel. I said, somebody's coming. For me, that's I thought. But as we approached, that somebody was actually us. They came, and they were actually doing it for everybody that were checking in, regardless whether you're local or you're a tourist. They had this bottle of Fiji water, that small size, which they greet you with, and they give you a small Fiji water bottle, and a lei, and they even address you by your name. So you look at it and say, like, what a good feeling. So when we walked in, like what I said, knowing fully well that the room is not going to be ready, but they direct you. They said, okay, you can go right there and, register for the room. But at that time, I had one of our people that was already here filling out the forms. And when we came to the restaurant, like for breakfast, they said, okay, we'll pay for our breakfast this morning. We'll just pop in to your dining room. Yeah. So we walked into the breakfast place, which is on my right here, to the door out. And we came because we were here before. The place has really changed. For those of you that were here when it was Pulwan, it has really completely changed. The space that you used to have once out there in the foyer, it's no longer there. It sort of looked like a little bit like a Sheraton of Fiji entrance when you enter, and you have this water fountain. It's really beautiful. So, and we were coming to the dining room. We came to the dining room. We sat. The reception at the dining room was very good. The hostess, they call it for the breakfast. It was really personalized. And as we stood to go to, check what they have and the offering that they have, they had a head chef come out himself. Don't really know his name, one European guy. So he came, saying hello, and all the people out there, just personalizing their service, making you feel at home. It's like, you've been to this place. I know we have, but this time around was totally different.
So when you saying personalized, is you become very important. Every person, not the color of your skin, where you come from, whether you're local or you're tourist overseas. For those of you that are watching this morning, when she's saying a personalized, that means you become very important as you are, as you walk into.
Not only very important. When you personalize, it's like out of all the hundreds and thousands in the hotel, personalized service means they recognize you, they know you. Like for all of our arrivals yesterday, it can be 10 plus arriving at the same time, but you become the only person, they know your name. They personalize it. They take you right down to the personal details. It's not just a service you come and say, okay, that's the hotel, that's your room, that's the road to your, paved way to your room, and that's where the breakfast is. It's still giving the service, but it's not personalized. Because when you come in and say, Bulavinaka, welcome to our hotel, Mr. and Mrs. Vulono. When they mention your name, when they recognize you, you may have not met before, but they've gone through the trouble of just understanding and knowing your name and talking to you and creating those small talk. And like what I said, in the midst of the many, you become personalized. You know that this person knows you. Like you look and say, okay, have I met this person before? Like yesterday, we haven't met that head chef. We haven't met him at all. But yesterday, when he came out and started talking about the offering, asking questions, it's like we've met them before. So out of their service and the position they hold in the hotel, when they come in and they talk to you, they personalize whatever that they, like this is a setup that they've done already. I think it's their lunch or their breakfast in the morning. But they personalize it by being part of the offering that they do. So yesterday was really good. And not only that, when we came to have our breakfast, he went and brought one of their management as well, introduced him. So yesterday was really good, the conversation that we've had yesterday. Yeah. And so now in Fiji, this is the first Crown Plaza hotel. I know in America, nearly every corner you see them. But in Fiji, it's the first Crown Plaza. And it's owned by the same group, their own Intercontinental, with the Holiday Inn, GPH. They are called the IHG group, which means, there are other things you can talk about there. As and when you book for your room, there is a IHG membership that you can sign up on. So wherever you go in their chain of hotels, points build up, and you can also, like tag on that as and when you do your booking. And sometimes you end up not paying for one of the room in one of the nights because of the points that you can collect along the way. And I would say it's beautiful out here, because we have invited one of them to come and give a spiel. As and when that person come in, then, they will.
You are talking about the hotel, the room the same, the food roughly the same. And she's saying it's the service that makes the difference. Something like plane. You walk into the plane, they are all Airbus, or 380 or 350, they are all Airbus. So the plane inside, they are all the same. It's the personal service that makes the difference. And that's why when we came in the second time, it's totally different. We've been down in Fiji and also overseas. And you really know when people are personalizing their service and this hotel this time around.
So we would like to invite you, if you're coming out to the Western Division, try this hotel out. It's really beautiful. And the one thing that we've always spoken about as family is their rooms. Their rooms, their mattress and their pillow. It makes you forget that there is a morning. How are you? Jump into that bed, that's it. Your body just rests. I don't know, I'm very particular with my pillows. I'm very particular with my bed. But I would say for all the hotels in Fiji, when we came in and it was Pullman, they still have the same bed and the same pillows. Pullman was the best in terms of their in terms of their pillows. I don't know, there's something different about it. I can compare it to one hotel in New Zealand. I don't know whether you remember that, in Karaka. There was Hilton in Karaka. And thank you, Auntie Cara. She booked us there. We actually had our service there. And when you stay in the room or when you're on the bed, you forget. You just want to stay there. And I know, most of you that are tuning in today may be saying, okay, what are they talking about? I haven't even been to any hotel. Well, this is for you people that go for work, like you go for duty travel, or sometimes you can afford just to bring out your family and have a time out for your family. And that's one thing that we have started. When I left the airline, that was one of the things that I wanted to do. Have always wanted to do, but I'm always busy, not only in the office, but the travel when it comes to the ministry or the work that we do for the church. But when I left, I made it, a point that I will spend more time with my family, and that includes taking them with me wherever I go. So I started that way back in 2012. Yeah, it's going for nearly 12 years now. As and when I take them out locally, or I've taken them to Singapore, taken them to Israel, I save for that and I take them. And that is why I'm talking about what I'm talking about today. Sometimes we get good money, you people get good pay, but it's just managing that you should find some time to take your family out. It's nice when you're taking them out for dinner. If you can afford, try and save up. There are other places. Before we used to come, there's nice clubhouses here at Wailolo Beach that we came and have our crew come and stay in as well, just further down the road. And there are a lot of places that are economical that you can, you don't have any excuse in not bringing out your family. There are even day cruises that you can just drive from Suva in the morning, go out for the day cruise, come back at about 4 or 5 in the evening, and then you drive back to Suva if you want to, but you can stay and lay over in Nandi. There's a lot of good places. What I'm trying to say, for family, let us try for 2024 for you to save up and take your family. And you may say, I'm too busy to be doing that. The money that I make is enough to bring food onto the table, have them have good clothes, and have shelter or roof above their heads. And that is normal. That is our duty as parents. But when you save up and you do little things, maybe once in a year, to try and take them out, or you'll be surprised the legacy that you leave with your children, and they will always remember. My grandchildren, they remember every moment. They remember every year. They remember the year where we went to, and even during COVID, managed to save up a bit, and we went on the Captain Cook cruise. with the help of my FNPF money. And it was beautiful. So they've always talked about the Captain Cook cruises until then. Whenever they see the ad comes on, they say, oh, we've been there. Oh, that was really beautiful on that island. Like the legacy that you create with your family, that when you pass on, they will always remember the moments you spend with them. They will not talk about the food on the table. They will not talk about the roof above their heads, but they will talk about the little things that you do together, and they have your undivided attention on them. Well, back to the hotel. Are we still waiting for the person to come in?
Yeah,
I think we're still waiting.
Okay. Arranging for somebody to come.
Well, as and when that person come in, and then we'll just get them to come and give their spiel. But I'll give this time to Gasebo, whatever that he wants to say about the hotel. But it's really beautiful. You need to try it out. It's beautiful out here.
I love the hotel, the swimming pool. You got quite different swimming pool for adults, for even for children, and it's big swimming pool. And still, they are building more swimming pool. And I believe the head chef yesterday was talking about it. Other part of development, they have a swimming pool just next to your bedroom.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that? And I believe a lot of people that come from overseas, they love the swimming pool. Sometimes the sea and the beach is just on the edge of this hotel. We are only about 400 meters from Newtown. And on our left is Wailoloa. And the beautiful sunset normally comes out when you are outside this hotel. So for those of you that are in Suva looking for accommodation around in Nadi, when you're in this hotel, you think that you are in Denarau. The setup in this hotel, the room, just the upgrade from the last time before COVID when we normally come here is totally different. So we are promoting this hotel this morning because we are just sharing from a beautiful restaurant, and our grandchildren and our children are having breakfast at the moment. So whether you are having your breakfast or preparing for your breakfast, we are trying to share with you this wonderful morning.
And the attraction is the rate that you pay for your room includes breakfast. So it's a free breakfast. Breakfast comes with the rate that you pay for your room. And it's really beautiful, I would say. It's not as, like looking at the place, you would think that the rooms are very, very expensive, but they are really not. And imagine, when you pay for that room, it includes your free breakfast. And the breakfast is buffet. Just like if you're in Suva, you walk into a Holiday Inn or GPH, the range of the breakfast on buffet, it's really beautiful.